Kisses, kisses. Yeah. Ella, it's okay, baby. It's just a Juju. Oh, you don't have to be so unfriendly, Ella. No. No, you got to be friends with a Juju. We got to love a Juju. You want to see Juju? Isn't life more fun with Juju around? Yes, we love a Juju. It's always a good time to sniff a butt. Yes. Okay, that's the end of that cute moment, I think. Okay, she's gonna bark at any minute now. Okay. No. Oh. No. No bark. Okay. What do you do? No. 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 All right. Okay. Look at his tail. It's like goes like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't move around. It just goes side to side like a, I don't know what that is. I don't want to say like a record. Okay. If you even know what a record is. You know, vinyl's not that appealing to me because I didn't have access to purchasing all that vinyl. And I loved music, and I listened to it intensely, and I had no other source of music than like a little bit of vinyl or later like cassette tapes. And then once I got into college and I joined one of those like BMG CD clubs or whatever, so then I was able to kind of build things up. But it seemed like a lot of artists had fluff in most of their album, or maybe like their first album, every song would be good, and then after that there's fluff. Oh, okay, it's better if you can see them, right? I was getting all into my thoughts there and expressing myself. Oh yeah, this is one of the funnier, look at that. When she gets Juju on her back, like with her okay, that was getting back. Alright, I need to step up my camera work here. Oh, now doesn't that make you sad? She wants to play with them, so she like goes and gets her toy and like she's looking at them, right? Not me. Okay, let me see if they'll do that signature move. You'll see Juju's back legs over Phoebe's shoulders. Okay. Alright, almost saw it. She's got some good moves here. What could be more fun than watching puppies play? Aw. Alright, so is she trying to play with them? Or she just wants to play in general? I really can't tell if any of this is in focus. Okay. Alright, that was a bit of an exaggeration. Pretty much anything out of my mouth is going to be an exaggeration. Things I write are more likely to be accurate in the sense of portray the conclusions of the bunch of inner me's, outer me's and inner me's. So an outer me is an enemy outside myself, but most enemies are inner me's, which seems to be a couple of representations of myself at different ages or stages, like different phases of my life, basically. And in some way, that self didn't totally integrate itself with the rest of it, or I've cut things off by doing the name change. I'm not sure. Okay, pay attention. Focus, focus. Focus, focus. See, you can see the hyperfocus. Like when I start talking and I start thinking about myself talking, then, you know, where are those dogs again? So that's pretty funny. So this is actually data in and of itself. And that's what I think people should think of. Is like, you know, citizen science. I mean, you didn't used to have to be, you know, a professional scientist to be a scientist. Of course, that was for lots of reasons, right? By the way, if you do not know who George Washington Carver is, you should read into him. There are books available for children, young adults, and I would imagine in many, many, many different languages. It's really important to read in your home language as well as your public language. That way you'll develop your, you know, listening comprehension, spelling. Well, I don't know. Spelling if you read the books, actually. Yeah, spelling if you read the books. If somebody reads to you, like even babies. And you're also training yourself to know something important, like who George Washington Carver is. So, Wikipedia is always where I would start, and kind of skim through it, because I want to know if there are any controversies or... that's one of the things I like about Wikipedia, is it doesn't present a unified view necessarily. Parts of it are unified, but then there's some sort of apparatus for dissenting views. Oh, I wondered what that noise was. Wow, that's pretty cool. Did you see her do that? Alright. Good, Ella. Good, Ella. It's always a good time to sniff the mud. Phoebe. Hi. Phoebe's a good girl. Woo, woo. Well, I don't know. Things are quieting down. Let's see. Let's go to the 3-dog interaction. Which, of course, made me think of the phrase 3-dog night. Check that out on Wikipedia. See where that came from. Okay, they're not chilling, they're just sort of like in a transitional point of what should I do next, which I really know the feeling. And it's just so much easier to follow my compulsions than to figure out, you know, positively, affirmatively, assertively what I want to do. I basically want to do a whole bunch of things at the same time, so I just hate feeling that makes me inferior. And maybe that's part of why I don't feel superior. I don't feel superior to black people or any other group of people. Maybe feel a little superior compared to self-proclaimed white people. But, well, there isn't really a but. I've been bullied, and I'm not gonna side with the bully. That's just not me. When I was little, a couple of times I felt like my dad was a superhero. Like he saved a woman whose car had caught on fire in the freeway or something like that. Then there was the really super awkward time that we were driving, I feel like maybe even in a van, but anyway, we were driving downtown Boston, and there was a woman with a baby carriage, was what it was called back then, a stroller, pushing the stroller across the street, and a guy just ahead of my dad, like, kind of veered to, maybe like drove through the intersection while she was standing there or something. Oh, look at poor Ella. So, I don't know exactly how it went, but my dad literally, you know, he flew into a rage and he started driving and following the other driver. And, like, we followed them for several blocks, and it wasn't at all clear what he was going to do. My dad had so many urges to be violent, and yet didn't have the nerve to be. Or go and learn Krav Maga or some type of self-defense. I mean, they did put me in self-defense classes when I was in 7th grade. It was like at some place like the Y or whatever, and we were learning like step, block, you know, the basics, but I didn't know how to do anything fast. And so the fight that I got in shortly thereafter, against a boy in my class. That fight. Oh, I couldn't move my arms fast enough to block punches, because that's where I was going to go first. It wasn't like I was going to punch him out. I was going to block, and I thought I could block. Well, so I tried blocking. He kept getting past my blocks and hitting me in the face. And I had never been hit in the face intentionally or really even by accident. My parents didn't slap me in the face or anything. My sister and I didn't get that violent. So I've heard this phrase punch drunk, and I think that describes what happened to me. Getting hit repeatedly in the face, it not only caused like sort of redness and swelling, like my face got really hot, but I started to feel dazed. I started to feel like, huh, what's going on? What's going on? All right, I hope you're observing the no humping rule. Okay. Oh man, I was right in the middle of that story too. Let's see if I can catch up. Getting beat up. Okay, hitting in the face, punch drunk. Yeah, so I got just kind of in a daze, and I was clearly, I tried to defend myself. I didn't beg for mercy or just stand there without moving or anything, but obviously he was like way faster than me for tons of reasons, being a boy. But apparently I was kind of weak for a girl, so really there were plenty of girls who could have beat me up to that extent. And he said later to the judge, juvenile court judge, he said that he kicked me in the stomach. Here, his brother kicked me in the stomach, or side, while I was on the ground. Like, I ended up on the ground, and then supposedly they kicked me or something. I don't remember that part of it, but I remember that the other kids who were watching stopped the fight. Like, they were like, okay, she's, you won. She lost. So that was nice. It wasn't like until I was beaten to a bloody pulp or anything like that. And one kid even went and got my backpack where someone had thrown it over a fence onto the snow in somebody's yard. And so somebody climbed over the fence, got it, brought it back, gave it to me. Yeah, so that story. Bullying, being marginalized, feeling less than human, and animals feeling more than human. I mean, love. No, shh, that won't get you anywhere. You're just gonna have to learn that because everybody gets nervous. Hey, we're going to play. See, look, somebody called it the army crawl, which is just the greatest. Oh, good. Good, Juju. Yeah, you're doing the right thing. Yes, absolutely. Hey, yeah, it's good, Juju. Yes, you want to see Juju? Want to see Juju? Okay. Alright, you guys are having another slowdown again. So I think this is when I will break and figure out my next activity. Okay. Alright, okay, she's already figured this out. Alright, isn't she cute? Oh, Ella, so cute. Such a cute baby. Yeah. Say bye-bye. Hello.